Where are we at? Marker. Okay. Alright, well, take two. Let's see if this does any better. Because, yeah, we tried to record this earlier in the week, and nothing went well, so, yeah. Hopefully not same thing here.
Yeah, let's go Tails.
And by nothing went well, it was all, like, bad matchups and/or bricks and/or, I guess I'm going first. Probably, I can play either way, so... well, sometimes it just be that way. Ah, okay. I have no idea how this one's gonna go. Probably poorly for me, but that's fine. Yeah. You did mention this was something that you were considering last time round.
For fuck's sake. I think I got the same cards.
I definitely did not get the same cards.
Well, that's different.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, no, don't do that, Cal. Prize is down first, then the mulligan goes out. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. Bit of a weird one, but that's fine. Right. Well, we can start with greens, so we might as well. Seems like one of those situations of it being like greens for nest seems kind of good. Okay, well, he's available. I suppose the alternative is we just kind of go all in, but the problem is I don't have enough stuff, I think, to play it that way. It would be very cool to just be like, yeah, I can just go with this, considering, you know, Growly Boy over here is neat, but not exactly the starter that we want here. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead, I think, and grab the double nest ball. I think I'll just use the one of them this turn, though, because I'm not in any immediate danger of, like, instantly getting gimped here. I mean, is there a reason not to? The reason not to is just so that I don't, like, get overwhelmed in terms of just, like, how much stuff I have to, like, go between. Yeah, because I would love to get 2 EV, but I think it's best just to get the one here and energy evolve this one. Because the next turn play I could potentially get, like, something to actually accelerate to, which would be fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, because this Ultra Necrozma kind of a problem. Yep.
We have our board, we have our band. I have energy in the hand. I should probably put it down.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Cynthia.
Yep. Hey, Noe, how are you doing?
We have Inkay, we will nest ball.
Yep.
Probably gonna get another Inkay.
Does seem reasonable.
Did I do that? Not this turn. We'll Stellar Wish.
Yep. 5. Yep. Yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah. Have a good recovery.
I think we take that.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Okay. We will draw. Right. Yeah, because I mean, I guess the flip doesn't really matter considering the board and stuff here, because I'm not going to field blow of that, so we're probably fine. Yeah, I'm just like, really, strictly speaking, it should be a flip for sleep, shouldn't it? I'm just like,
It should.
Okay. We will greens. This is why I was like, I probably shouldn't get like the double EV stuff down immediately, because if I do that, then I just leave myself a bit open to not being able to play the greens here if I open with 2 of them, I should really just like play safe with it. Grab ourselves a switch, grab ourselves Fiery Flint with the other one, which we will use pitching 2 fires. Usual sort of bit for me. Grab ourselves that. Yeah, the 60 is going to be coming out here for sure. We are going to Nest Ball now to grab ourselves another Eevee, because I think in this matchup this is probably the way that I need to at least start things. That's going to be everything from there for now. Yeah, definitely playing the Switch. I've just got like one more contemplation in this hand as to... So, the obvious problem is this is going to get like eviscerated by Viridian Forest being a thing. But I'm going to put the Heat Factory down and pitch one of these first to draw. Because, I mean, I can still kind of benefit from Viridian, and I think this is probably the best way around, because I do have a Fire Crystal, so I'm just going to get all 3 of them back. Trying to be the most efficient I can with it, and it's like, well, it does suck that it gives you a way of bouncing this, right, and it's like my main stadium, but these 3 might as well stay there. We can go... Actually think for a sec what way around I want to do this, because I could ditch these, grab another thing. How many do we get down? 2 in K? Okay, so just thinking like double. If it's, you'd have to get the energy as well, because there's no energy in the discard at the moment. I'm trying to think through this, like, what's the absolute worst case scenario here if I go, like, bring a tag team out or something, and you double, you double Psychic Recharge and put the medal on and Guzma, and I'm like, there's no fucking way you could do that in that hand, surely. That would be the...
That would be a very dangerous hand, yes.
That would be ridiculous. So, I think I probably do go Ultra Ball, discarding Choice Band and Pokegear here. I mean, I could just grab Doggo. Yeah, that's probably better, isn't it? Just grab the Arcanine. And then whilst I'm here, because you know I'm going to Heat Stage at least 1 to this Eevee, I'm just going to grab the Flareon out as well. Eevee does Energy Evolve whenever you attach from hand whatsoever, so for anyone who's wondering, when I do the acceleration attack here, it will actually work as well. Also, I could just manually attach to it right now if I really wanted to, right, and just do it that way, because I haven't manualed yet. So, you know what, we'll just do that just to satiate stuff. That means these 2 fires have to go back to the hand. Arcanine can go down because that was played last turn. And we can go for the Heat Stage, do the 60 and go 2 each. Because it's in any way that I like.
Mysterious Treasure discarding a Zoroark.
Yep. There's one. There's the other. Yep.
Finds the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like, I knew... Oh, Lily for 5, yeah. This is what I mean. It's like, I knew it was a possibility, and it's just like, kind of sucks. But at the same time, I really just wanted to get extra draw and the extra efficiency out the Fire Crystal.
Ultra Ball discarding 2 Psychic Energy.
Yep.
Yeah, that would matter, I think. Giratina.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Ball discarding Tapu Lele GX and Giratina.
Yep.
And is there anything you want to grab right Not that I really have the space for... no, because then I can discard it, so it might be worth grabbing something, yeah.
You probably should, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that, because I'm not sure that Viridian Forest, what I have in hand, is the correct play, so we'll... Viridian Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the Guzma.
Yeah.
Well, manually attach. Put one there. We'll bring back our Giratina and ping the Flareon in the Arcanine.
Yep. Goes to stuff on the bench.
We'll attach the Giratina. Stellar Wish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll retreat with the escape board.
Mm-hmm.
And Photon Geyser discarding 2.
Yeah, because that's 210 with the choice band, so it is enough. And I think I do have to go that way, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to go with the Arcanine. Yeah, I mean, it's nice and straightforward in that aspect. We do have the energy. Gonna Cynthia here. Do the 6. Yeah, I was considering, like, do I get ReshiZard or something down last turn, and it's, like, tempting, but, it probably wasn't the right play, so, like, I don't really hate the way that I've done the thing with it, just, obviously, yeah, getting exploded that way is kind of rough. Yeah, we do have the attach as is, so that bit's probably fine. Let's go... How do we need to do this then? Because I've still got more in the hand before I explode this thing, obviously. It's just like, how do we approach it? Yeah. Let's go Ultra Ball, discarding Eevee, Snorlax, and Flareon here. Probably for the best. Because I think we're going to need this guy. It's a bit spooky putting it down, but I think we can manage it here. Do I even want to bench it just now? Like, is there a point? It's just a Guzma target, really, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's not really. There's not really a point. It's more just getting out of the deck at the moment. I think I will go ahead and use the Viridian as well. We'll pitch Flint here. It's like I could use the Flint to get the stuff, but I don't know if... yeah, probably could have, but it's like... kind of like the rest of the hand as is at the moment. And yeah, we're going to Bright Flame for 190 to get the return KO here.
Viridian Forest, discarding Viridian Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Get Psychic Energy. We'll put down another Ultra Necrozma.
Okay.
Attach Metal Energy and...
You already had it,
delete
yep.
for 4.
Yep.
Rescue Stretcher.
Okay.
Did I put them back in deck or not? Is the thing. I guess there's 3, so I might as well.
Yeah, if you want to put them back.
Stellar Wish.
Yep. I feel like that could have been done the other way around, but it's fine. Slight volume on that as well, by the way.
Sorry.
That's alright.
Nothing I want to take.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I could make it out, but it's probably, yeah.
The thing is, do I go for the... I mean, it's not one-shotting either way. So I guess I just force you to have it? So we'll retreat out with the board and Distortion Door, putting it on the Giratina itself.
Okay, yep. Seems alright. Alright, we will draw.
If it's dying anyways, might as well.
I can see the idea. Alright, we'll Viridian Forest pitch the Eevee. Grab ourselves a fire. That's to the hand. Let's see. Welder does make sense. I am gonna go with the 2, so it's probably got to be to the Flareon at that point, which is fine. So we'll do that. We'll draw a 3. Okay, that's not terrible. Yeah, it's not too bad. Bench a Reshi, Fire Energy to the Arcanine. We're going to pay 2 to retreat here. Because you've kindly put the 40 on for me here. And we will Grand Flame, attach the 2 to the ReshiZard.
Okay. Well, that always goes in regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Distortion Door.
Yep.
But,
You don't have a choice as to where it goes, obviously, because I only have 2 bench, so... Yeah, the annoying thing is it is exact amount there, but, you know... Mm-hmm.
Erica's Hospitality.
Yeah, that's a draw 3. It's one of the fun cards that we've had in recent times.
And we'll use our Stellar Wish again.
Yep. Treasure's pretty good, yeah.
Mysterious Treasure, discarding Tapu Lele.
Yep. There's the Gengar Mimikyu, yep.
Retreat out with our board, and we'll Distortion Door again.
And the 40 goes...
Probably just
to the Tina, okay.
I don't want to make your job easier on the other things, just...
Seems like a plan. Alright, we will draw. Oh, not Distortion Door. Yeah. It's Shadow Impact is the actual attack, but yeah. Because DNA is being as usual and corrected in chat. Yeah, we know. Alright. Flint, discarding Nest Ball, and Volcanion. Let's just grab the rest out of the deck here. So we can go 1, these ones stay in the hand, Guzma the Ultra Necrozma, and we will double blaze for 200. It's okay, DNA, don't worry about it, we're fine. Yeah, those are getting. Wait, where's the one from
One's
hand,
from
one
hand.
from discard, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
And then we'll Stellar Wish.
Yep.
That would be funny, but I don't think it does anything. Not more than what I can do right now. Yeah. I don't think Guzma's the play here. Or House GX.
Yeah, so I can't play anything from hand. We draw until 7 because you've got the extra energy on it, but I already have 7, so it's kind of whatever. And yeah, alright, I will draw. And I guess there's not a lot to do except go for Outrage for 40, right? Because I can't Flare Strike because I don't have the energy on. I can't play cards from hand, so yeah, we'll just hit the 40. Does mean that I can KO this next turn if it stays around, so it's not all bad.
Switch.
Yep.
Stellar Wish.
Yeah, I very deliberately did keep enough cards in hand. I was looking at it going, I could maybe play a couple of things out. Nothing taken?
Nope.
No, okay. I was like, I could maybe play some stuff out, but I think I've got a very deliberate hand that ignores Horror House here, so...
Mysterious Treasure, discarding Viridian Forest.
Yep.
Okay, there is that, so... I guess I just have to look for that and take nothing.
Yep.
Switch.
Okay, yep. What are you switching into then?
Unfortunately, I think the only reasonable option here is going to be Giratina. Lily?
Yep.
Oh, we do hit it, but do I go for that? It's whether... I mean...
8 cards in hand, what's the odds, right?
Yeah, and this does help the math, it's just... Is it worth it?
You got the choice fan, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like, do I swing with it with the active or do I not? Because like both options are reasonable. Fuck it, I guess we have to go big or go home. We'll retreat.
Yep.
We'll use our Malamars.
Yep.
Attach metal from hand. Let's go for it.
So close, dude. So close.
Aww.
I deliberately... This is why I fiery flinted, because it's like, I was looking at it going, I could play the Pokegear and the Switch, but what if I just make my hand so big and block it with these, that you can't actually get enough in hand to KO this in the first place, right? I looked at it going, there's no way, right? Because if you do get me up to 7, most of the rest of my deck here is trainers. So it's like if you get me there, then I'm gonna be really sad with it, right? But yeah, this is 230 because it's 50 times, and you've got the 30 for the ban. So
unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I played around it. I was like, yeah, I don't think I wanted it the other way. I did draw Guzma for turn, and then it was going to be Welder as the next thing. So, like, if it had an extra turn where I couldn't play this stuff, it would have been there. But, no, I looked at it going, if I just keep my hand at this when I take the prizes, then I'm going to be at 7. You can't get me extra cards, and I only had, like, Lily and Pokegear, I think, in hand at the time. So it was like, I don't really have much of a fear of this stuff. that way. So it's like, what if I just do that? Because it's like, if you poltergeist me immediately, then it's hitting for 150. That's obviously not going to do it.
I thought I still had the Marshadow around. Or not, you know, the regular Marshadow.
Oh,
But
right.
no, it's not in here.
Yeah. So...
Because Marshadow into Poltergeist is pretty rude.
I will say though, literally every other card in my deck was a trainer, so that's why I had to do it that way. Because again, if I let you horror house me into the hand without playing through, like I could have discarded one with your. That was the other thing I could have maybe done there actually. Is I could have discarded the Pokegear with your Viridian Forest, so that I would have had one less even further. But I was confident enough going, yeah, there's no way that you get me from here. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, I could have.
It was worth the shot.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, this is the sort of matchup, especially because of this guy, that would actually be kind of brutal with the regular stuff here. The reliance on Ericas can be sort of annoying sometimes because I know it's not the only draw we've got here, obviously, but there's more of those. That's okay. I'll take this over. There's more Erica in here than there is like Cynthia, right? So the reliance on this against GreensZard can be kind of tricky because they don't tend to play very many Pokemon down in the first place. But yeah, you still got to draw 3 here, so it's like not the worst, right? But again,
I'm very reliant on my Jirachi helping.
Yeah, it's like that was one thing that can sometimes trip this deck up against a regular like green or even the ReshiZard sort of thing. But this one has a little bit more countermeasure against the Ultra Necrozma specifically, because this is one of the things Flareon is really good at, right? It can take out the single prize, the single stage basic.
Soaking the dog.
Yeah, it's the Arcanine can as well. I was trying to set it up for a heat tackle, but we didn't quite get to that situation. So like I was behind, obviously, because you managed to get a really good turn 2 with the Ultra Necrozma Choice Band stuff. So I was on the back foot, but I was looking at it going, yeah, once you started switching to the Giratina, and I thought, yeah, we could probably make this work. When you put the damage on the Giratina, that gave me an avenue to go Grand Flame instead, and I was like, okay, I can now put the single Prizer up, which is going to save me another turn as well, right? Because if I distract you by doing that, then I can get the ReshiZard online and go from there. So that helped, obviously. Don't know, maybe putting it on a Malamar or something could have been fine, but you weren't to know that's the sort of way I guess this was going to go, considering Grand Flame wasn't... I mean, I had 2 energy on it, but it wasn't really the play that was, like, going to be the most stressful there, right? It was going to be Heat Tackle on the Necrozma was the problem point, so...
Which is... I couldn't allow that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to deal with that.
Yep. So... yeah, this was one of the decks that was very popular at the time with the Ultra Necrozma, because it does deal very well with the tag team stuff, as you can obviously see. With a Choice Band in tow, you can discard 3 Psychic Energy on this thing and do like 280 damage or what? No, 290, isn't it? Because it's 20 plus 240 plus the 30 from Choice Band. So you KO basically everything that isn't exactly Magikarp and Wailord from full. Beast Energy obviously is another way that can do that as well. So it's very destructive into the tag team stuff, and it's trading 2 prizes for free on a repeatable board state. So this is really good into that sort of thing.
Viridian just solves the entire issue that it had before.
Yep. Which we started, I mean, we didn't show it last time, but we would have started to see this played in the last format, because Viridian Forest is a team-up card, but Pikarom was the only tag team like deck really available at that time, so it was good, but there were other ways that you could deal with it instead, so you didn't generally need to use it there. But when tag teams become a lot more common, this is something, and we would see this post-rotation too, this is something that you would see a lot more, because you don't actually lose as much consistency thanks to Mysterious Treasure existing. So you can keep this sort of thing going into post-rotation as well. And yeah, the fact of you can Beast Energy, instead of, like, we lose Choice Band, sure, but Beast Energy kind of gets there, and you just need to set up another Malamar, basically. Deck still works really, really well, so... yeah, Whereas for me, this was the thing I was waiting for a long time. I've been trying to play this Flareon a little bit before. I played it just like more or less as a pure Flareon thing when it came out in what was it, Lost Thunder, I think was when we had access to it. It was fine, but it wasn't like amazing because we didn't have all the stuff for it yet. But this is more or less the final sort of form of the deck here. It's ReshiZard, but instead of focusing on the Volcanion side of things, we do have one, but instead of focusing on that, we have the more aggressive Flareon here instead. Because with Kukui or Choice Band, this can one-shot Zoroarks as well, so it trades pretty much into every GX deck that you would play. And yeah, Heat Stage is really, really strong. The fact if you can energy evolve your other EVs with this as well is absolutely ridiculous. The only slight non-bow that's in here is if you don't have a fire energy for the EV to start off with, then your greens is offline. But I play 13 fire instead of the usual 11 or so that you would see from traditional GreensZard decks to solve that problem. As well as 4 Fiery Flint, usually only see about 2 of these. So yeah, I have a lot more access to fire energy to make sure that's not a problem. Arcanine was a pretty good one-prizer to have around that deals with the other one-price stuff fairly well. Heat Tackle, of course, also can handle the basic GX, or the same sort of thing Flareon can, really. And
it was important that I put that damage on there with the Giratina, because I did know it was 130.
Yep, if you didn't get the damage counter on this thing, then I could have gone and Ground Flamed a fair bit earlier, so that was very vital as well. And yeah, the rest of it, just the normal stuff. ReshiZard, of course, is absolutely insane, as we saw a couple of the bits of it there. We didn't see the Flare Strike part because it didn't quite get enough energy on it. Doesn't matter. 230 versus 200.
That's also why I needed Power House, is
I
couldn't let you Flare Strike.
Nope, absolutely not, because if you didn't lock my hand there, I would have been gunning for getting my last Choice Band out of the deck or something, right? Because all it would have taken... I didn't actually know one of them was prized at the time as my final prize, but like all it would have taken was Green's Exploration, and then I just Flare Strike you for 260, right? Because you know that I got the Fire Energy the previous turn, so you know, and Viridian's in play, you know I have access to that, right? So yeah, it was a good idea to do the thing. I'm thought about it myself as well, and I was like, I can one up this a little bit here if I just lock my hand up myself, right? Because yeah, every single other card I had left in my like 14 card deck was a trainer, so that would
any other circumstances that would have been a good play.
Would have been, yeah, it was a good play for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you knew 3 of the cards in my hand were Fire Energy, so it was not going to get a kill regardless at 7 in hand. So, like, yeah, I think you knew 2 of them, because I did search 3 fire. I think I might have attached one of those ones, and then the other 2 went to hand. But you knew at least there were 2 fires in there, maybe a 3rd one. So you probably weren't getting like 250, 260 damage or whatever with it. So yeah, definitely needed to do it that way around. Yeah, I was worried about the prize trade going, especially when you got that first Flareon KO. I was like, okay, so how do I actually trade with this thing and not put up ReshiZard too early? Because if I do go in with it before it's like fully timed, then you can just easily get potentially a one-shot on the Reshi, and then I'm like, I don't know how I win prize race from here, especially starting
Beast
the
Energy
Growlithe.
Choice Band. Oops.
Yeah, Beast Energy Choice Band would... Ooh, where are we at with that? 180, 240, so you'd be like 30 short of KO and ReshiZard with 2 energy, but just one of them...
anything else on the board clears that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, ugh, you know, I had to be patient, I think, is the way forward. I mean, you even saw that I didn't bench the Eevee and stuff too early. Part of that was because of Giratina, right? I didn't want to put extra pings down where I didn't need them. So I was really trying to be patient in that game and make sure that I didn't make any unnecessary moves on it, right? So...
accidentally locking yourself out of your own greens is also pretty bad if that happens.
Yep. I did have the fire in hand at the time, even after doing all the other stuff, so like it probably would have been fine. But you're right, it's one of those you don't want to think. And also, what if the better choice would have been to have gone for like the ReshiZard instead, right, and just gone in at that point? It could have happened. I
Judge
think
could have been a thing.
yeah.
Another Marshadow could have been a thing. There are plenty of ways that that sort of play could be punished.
Yeah. Whereas if you do like judge me and I haven't played the Nest Ball yet, maybe I draw back into the Nest Ball, right, and I can play it again anyway. So if I don't like prematurely do it, it's fine. So yeah, really happy to see the Flareon actually do something. This didn't really see much success in the way of tournaments. I think there might have been one or two lists on Limitless, but they weren't like top end sort of bit with it. But it's a really cool card, and it does solve quite a few issues, I think.
Such as, oops, you can't attack because all your Pokemon are basics.
Yeah, one of the things we tried to do in the attempted recording, which we didn't actually want to play it, but you were doing the Pheromosa stuff initially, and it was, oh, that's not very nice, because, you know, fire matchup and everything. But if it was a regular greens or even the ability Zard, probably. It
doesn't matter.
Yeah, because if Vileplume gets into play, then Vileplume prevents all damage and stuff from basics. So there's just, yeah, there'd be nothing that even the fire matchup could do there. Flareon and Arcanine, on the other hand, can punch through that flower no problem. So, yeah. So yeah, I like it. I like this sort of way around, and it can play first or second either, because I had plenty of energy that I could have heat staged if I went second in that game as well. So yeah, it sometimes might not get the most explosive second turn out there. I think I could have like gone for Pokegear or something to, or I could, instead of getting double Nest Ball, I could have gone for like Welder and actually gotten the turn 2 attack if I needed to, but I didn't really see the point. So yeah, just stuck with it as it was, and it is good. Also, Kukui gets you up to 210. That's the other sort of bit I had mentioned here, is the Kukui gets you to 210, so you either have that or the Choice Band and you can take out Zoroarks, or if you have both, you can take out Pikarom with the non-ReshiZard stuff. Obviously, either of these can also help to take out Pikarom with ReshiZard, or if you put both of them on, you can use a Reshi to Flare Strike the opposing Reshi and get yourself in a good spot with that if the setup is there. So the little bit of damage manipulation off of Kukui is also really helpful in this deck. All right. Well, that's a good show for this one at the very least, and yeah, nice to see the Ultra Necrozma doing a lot of work there. Definitely a strong hit.
The fact that you can shadow drop this thing is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely gross. Well, I have a second thing out here. We'll delete this one as well because we don't need that out anymore. Whew. Hopefully we get a reasonable thing off of this as well.
Well, I haven't played this at least, so...
Alright, let's, This is either going to be extremely amusing or, like, absolutely mind-bending. There is no in-between. What do we want?
Tails.
You got it.
I go first with this sort of deck.
Okay.
Needs to be one active.
This isn't even the right version of the deck. What am I doing? That's alright.
Do you want to go grab it?
Yeah, I'll grab the proper version. I saw the Guru in the opening hand, and I'm like, this is not the version of the deck that I should be playing here. This is the one that I don't like. Out of the two. Alright. Yeah, okay. That is a hand that exists. Alright, good luck. Ah, okay. This is potentially not good for me, but we will see.
Attach a DCE and pass.
Oh. Well, Okay, That is one of the turns of all time, I guess. Well, I'm going to spell tag this immediately, because if this is going to go down, I need to prepare for that. I don't love getting rid of an energy with this, but I think it's still for the best. I'm going to Mysterious Treasure, pitching the counter energy here. Because I think, honestly, ain't a whole lot better to do with it. So this one does play Marshadow, and I could grab that, but I already have a supporter in hand I want to play, so I don't particularly want to do that. So we're just going to grab another Coughing here, and bench that, probably DCE it as well whilst I'm here, go Shrine down, and just double check the rest of the stuff here in case there's anything I can spot that's like super egregious. Doesn't look like it. See one thing in the prizes which is kind of annoying, but not that bad. And we will Cynthia. Last card is a Weezing in hand, but I'm like, don't particularly want to go without trying to set up at least a little bit more here. And this does help a bit. We will Escape Rope into the Rachi. Yeah, I think I just go for the Stellar Wish here. That's fine. We'll grab ourselves Lily. Let's do that. Bench a second Rachi just in case, and that will do. No wake up for me.
Okay,
Yep. I should have done it.
Guzman, the one with the DCE.
I should have done it. I had Marshadow in the hand. I should have done it.
Triad Acerola.
Yep.
Field Blower, the spell tag.
Yep. I'll be
Triad
nice.
Naganadel.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll be nice. I'll get rid of the Shrine as well. Yeah.
Ultra Ball, discarding Choice Band, and guess Guzma.
Yeah, you got it. There's no point. Yeah, I should have just gone ahead. I had Marshadow in the hand. I would have completely fucked you if I did that. Oh well. We'll try again. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
It's funny how that ends up playing out, but it's like, yeah, it's you happen to just keep the have like the exact hand that messes it all up entirely. Kind of funny how that ends up. All right. See what we
I was
can do.
tempted to put it in active.
Yeah, I could see. Alright, let's go Nest Ball. It's okay, we will not necessarily be making the same mistake twice. So we have just about all of that. Yeah, like one prize, that's fine. Oh, yeah, I'm noticing the problem at the top. That's an issue. We'll grab Ditto here. And then I have two treasures, so I'm going to play them both. One is going to discard Honchcrow, and the other is going to pitch... Do I have? I do not. That is prized as well. Yeah, probably still for the best though. I'm gonna ditch Guzma. To grab one, gonna grab Coughing. The other one's gonna grab Marshadow. Got Spell Tag, Counter Energy, and then, yeah, Marshallow's gonna let loose. Okay, Nest Ball. To grab out Archie. And too bad yours is going active anyway, Escape Rope. Yeah, we will Stellar Wish here. Yeah, I was just looking for a supporter to round out the turn, so that seems good. So I ditched Honchkrow and that's it. Yeah, we'll just play the Cynthia here. Treasure Stretcher was the other two like cards in hand there, and I was like, do I go ahead and shuffle it back? It's like, no, I probably don't need to just yet. Yeah, I think that will do for now. Go ahead. Flip for the sleep.
Nestfall?
Yep.
Oh, I don't like that, but do I have to do that? Might just have to, yeah.
That's
Wait,
not
no,
going
that
to
doesn't.
work, yeah.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Just realized. Shit.
Yep. Nest
This
Ball.
hand is bad.
Yeah. Nest Ball, just as the reminder for people, it goes directly to the bench, and so any go from hand to bench effects do not trigger. Yep.
Guzma in the Marshadow.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, we will draw. Yeah, it could be better. I guess I have Shrine, I'll put that down. We will put down Weezing as well. I don't see why not. Yeah, this is a problematic hand of my own here, because I'm just like... The fact that I'm not behind on prizes means the energy I had to put on the Weezing isn't active yet, so can't really go in with that as much as I want. I mean, all of your stuff is still basic, so I guess if I retreat, like, Detention Gas is still a thing, which is fine. But it's not amazing. That said, maybe it's okay. I'm going to Stretcher Shuffle the Honchkrow back in. Really want to save it, but I need more stuff off my supporter here. Because it's Lily, and I'm like, I really need more off of that. Just, I don't know if I want to put... No, I don't want to put the energy down first. I'm going to just draw the 3. Okay, well... Sometimes the game says otherwise. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to attach counter energy to the active so I can pay its 1 energy to retreat to the Weezing, and that's going to have to do it. Yeah, so between turns, all basic Pokemon on your side have a damage counter put on them.
Trade Stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't just let you keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it, because
Giving up
it's
too many
like...
turns.
Yeah, because you've just traded, so it's like you hit for 60, these still take some damage. Yeah, and Shrine is ticking away at that, so yeah, I can see it. And I did draw into Cynthia, but my Lily was literally Rescue Stretcher Counter Energy Cynthia, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, I just like played a couple of those deliberately to get rid of them. This was my problem point. I was like, uh-oh. 3 switch outs plus 2 coughing down. I was like, oh no, that's not gonna help. But yeah. Alright, that's all important game 3, as they say.
Yeah, I'll go first this
yeah, I
time.
was assuming you were wanting to go first, yep. Huh. Alright, well, this is an intriguing one. We haven't seen
Okay,
Coco yet.
Nest ball.
Yep.
That immediately says
Yep. If you don't get Mew, it's gonna be a sad time.
the Mew gets a gift.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to Lily before.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I guess this deck doesn't have a skateboard, does it? So,
Go ahead.
right, okay. We will draw. This game is very silly. I'm gonna put a DCE down on this anyway because I think I have to, and this is the dumbest Marshadow I've got to do, but I have to do it because.
To be fair,
I mean,
I was going to judge.
but look at what I had to do with it, though. It's like, yeah, I mean, what am I gonna Lily, like, draw 3 or something off of that and go nowhere? I'm like, I would rather, as risky as this is, I would rather go ahead and, like, play for the supported post. Unfortunately, probably not getting there with it. We will just flying flip the active for 20, because the Mew bench barriers itself. Not where we want to be, but, you know.
Pokemon Communication.
Okay.
Naganadal. Says we do need to get a supporter this turn. Hoipole, Nest Ball.
Yep. Yeah, the Naga did just get traded in, so it's pretty good.
Lily for 6.
Yep.
I'd like to say that did anything, but it really didn't. Actually, I should hold on to that. Yeah, Spell Tag on its own is not that much of a threat. Go ahead.
Alright. This is, Jesus Christ. Trying and just hit the active for 20? Yeah. This is why I was like, it's really not a good Marshadow,
Okay.
but like...
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of the shrine as well.
Yeah.
Judge because...
Yeah! What was that? Just another Guzma next turn. Rip. That's...
Pokemon Communication Debtors.
Okay, yep. Yeah, it makes sense.
Trade.
Yep, that's fine.
I mean, it gets a KO.
Certainly does. Yep, Triple XL does get there. 120.
And we'll ride a speeding.
Yep. And then, yep, Triple XL falls away. We will draw. Okay, well, plus side, I actually get, like, stuff out now. So, we'll go all of our dudes, and Cynthia. Last card was Guzma, and I'm like, kind of need to do a bit more than just Guzma. Bring in my Jirachi here, so 6. Yeah, and I mean that is part of it. Yeah, I do have the Weezing, so I might as well just get that started. So the rest of the hand is kind of weird here because I've got like basics fighting for the slot and a nest ball that I could play also that fights for the slot. I'm just like, I don't even know what's best with it here. I think probably playing the Ditto down is best here. And then yeah, I have Spell Tag and Counter Energy, and we will Splattering Sludge, which is only 20 here. But now we get the stuff ticking up from Detention Gas.
Oh wait, no, it's just the 2.
It's a basic and... No, it's at 3 because there was a Shrine Ping before. It's a basic and it's... Is it? Am I... No, because I don't have Shrine in play, do I? Yeah, no, sorry. This is supposed to be a 2 because I don't have a Shrine in play. Right, yeah. I had one and it got field bloated, so yeah, I played pretending that I hadn't seen it because obviously it's just, yeah.
We're gonna trade in a stretcher.
Okay.
Okay. DC and Riders.
I mean, it's probably all gonna go on the Mew. It just feels bad doing that. Yeah, I think it's all gonna go on the Mew, unfortunately. So 4 counters in the spell tag there. Gotta go there. Alright. Okay, that's at least something. I am going to fail Nest Ball here. I'm not going to bother shuffling because I'm going to go in with a supporter here. Play the Coughing and it's going to be Cynthia, so we'll shuffle from that. Do that. Okay. That doesn't really do shit. We'll use the Jirachi here. Okay. Treasure definitely does do something, so we're... Okay, Treasure pitching the Nest Ball. So we can obviously grab out the Weezing. See, this is the problem now of just like... So now it's too easy of a choice, but whatever. Robe.
You know what?
Okay. Not quite what I expected, but sure. We'll do that. Go spell tag and so it's. I mean, Mew is protecting obviously everything at the moment, so it's like, do I even bother with doing that here? Is it gonna matter? Probably not. Go ahead. It's everything but the Zoro gets damaged up here.
It's rolling.
Yeah.
Pokemon Communication, Tapu Lele. It's 120, so it is going to need to be a full board. That's fine.
I can't hear you, by the way.
Just noting that it is going to have to be a full board.
Yep.
get a Giratina then. Trade Guzma.
Okay, yep.
Oh, that does do it, but it leaves me with nothing. Ultra Ball discarding Judge and Tantalizer.
Okay.
Although, I just got rid of one of these things. Did a change.
Yeah, draw the 6, huh?
Put the band down to get rid of it, and we'll write a speeding.
Let's see. Honestly, knock out the Zoroark, because I can go for that here. Right, okay. Not looking great, obviously, because there's just not a lot to do from there, but it's fine. We'll use the Rachi. Well, Stretcher is pretty good. Okay. Just thinking how this needs to pan out. It is not a great situation for me, but I think we can do this. So we'll Stretcher, pick up 1 to go there. Guzman to Giratina. And then we have the tag, I have the DCE, I have a Shrine. And this is as good as it's going to get at the moment. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do our stuff. This goes up to 5 because of the between turns. Yep. And then Dede's didn't take initial damage, but it does take the 2 now from the Shrine plus the Weezing. And yeah.
Ultra Ball discarding.
How much damage did this have on it before?
20.
Sorry? So it should be at 50 then,
Oh,
because it's a basic. Yeah.
Right, and discarding Zora and Seal.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough.
Trade triple acceleration energy.
Okay.
Trade Zoroark.
Mm-hmm.
Put down Meowth.
You, yeah. Do you wanna swap the order?
Can you fail search it?
You can fail search it. Yeah.
Yeah, then I should, because I need to fail search it.
Yeah.
Lily for 3.
Yeah, seems right. Yep.
Pass.
Okay, so then this goes up by 1. Meowth goes up by 1. Shrine ticks this. Shrine and ticks this to 4. And then these tick to that. Okay, we will draw. Nest Ball of my own. Problem is, I don't know if I actually want anything myself, although a couple of them, that might be... Might be a worthwhile one. Yeah, we're gonna grab the Lele, the psychic one. And then not much to do but sludge here, so
Yep.
this is up at 11. These take, with Shrine, they take 3. This takes 4 because it's a basic and thingy that. And yeah, the Meowth is now at 40 as well. Yep. Yeah, I figured that's what the reason you had to get that specifically. It does count. It does count. Not that I can do without damage, I think, but it's like it does count if it's KO by anything.
I'm trading.
Yep.
Zoroark.
Okay, so that's one trade.
Second trade.
Yep.
Palpad.
Yeah. That's the bit I was worried about. I was like, yeah, you do have access to recover these.
Problem is the inability to get much deeper.
Yeah. Energy down, yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, take up the stuff again. So this is to there. Shrine these up to 10. Yep, that is goes up to 10. Yep. This was at 8 before, so yeah. And then that's, yeah.
No, this was at 9 before, so
Was it at 9 before? Okay, yeah. Right. We will draw. That doesn't do shit. Oh, I feel like I'm on a knife's edge here and I'm going to lose this at any point, but the only thing I can do is just attack, so that is what we will do. So this guy goes down. This will try and tick as well whilst we're here. Yep, that is up to 140, and
30 now?
well,
Oh,
it's a
140,
basic
yeah,
and a thing. And yeah, knockout on that, obviously, so this prize gets taken.
Nest ball.
Yep. Yeah, and the fact if it's not, I mean, yeah, it was by an attack, but it wasn't a GX, so Catwalk doesn't get to do anything.
Yeah, no, there's nothing I can take here. Triple XL and Vengeance.
Which is doing 90? Or have you got
No,
more
20.
that we're not seeing?
20 per.
Oh, is it 20 per? Right, okay, yeah. And there's also one that you haven't gotten counted here anyway. With a guarantee.
So it's 190.
10 plus 20, yeah, so, okay, and then I've got spell tag to consider.
It's probably Daggers.
Well, Deaders dies to going into your turn again if I don't bother, so, like, I'm not actually sure it's Deaders here. If I can get another Weezing, and I put 4 on one of these, it's 170, Shrine gets it to 180, yeah, it's gotta be one of these, 4 damage counters on one of the 2 10s, right? Because, yeah, because this goes down, I need to promote, and I don't know what, I think it's probably just a coughing. No, Ditto makes more sense. Yeah, Ditto makes more sense here, because there's more outs to it. This obviously goes, and then Shrine Ping ticks everything up by 1. So, to that, this is up 15.
Yeah, no, this is... No, there's no point.
Yeah, I had to get there.
I only have the one out to Shrine.
Yeah, that's what we've noted before. Right, I did have to get there, so let me just like work out what I'm doing. Yeah, fuck, doesn't help. My debt's been like really bad the last couple of draws, but so like I have to just bench the Mew and Lily draw 3 here, which feels really bad. But I did get Honchkrow, so that wins the game on the spot, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had the energy, so that's why we go with a Ditto instead, because I didn't have many outs to Weezing left that way. So yeah, we go Honchkrow, we go triple acceleration, and there's like 60 quintillion damage on the board, so Honchkrow rounds it out. Wow, yeah, it's the fact of Shrine being such a pain to this deck is what the problem is here. This is a tough one to evaluate. Like, in theory, you shouldn't have as many issues here, because the evolution deck kind of doesn't take as much passive damage. But in practice, if you don't have enough outs to Shrine, which obviously we've only got the one Field Blower in here to do, once it sticks, it's very difficult to keep up. I noticed you'd pitched, like, you played Acerola, you'd pitched one Guzma and pitched a Tate and Liza, so I was thinking if I can stick the Giratina for a couple of turns, that's probably the only way I get back into this, because you just keep one-shotting my dudes otherwise, and I'm like, I need a couple of turns to get the damage down. So I was like, I think you've been pitching enough of this stuff. It's like, you probably have a couple of Guzma, but I didn't think there was any actual switch out in the deck, not that I could remember anyway. So I was thinking, okay, full bench, so you can't Lele to get like Guzma, and you've already gone through quite a bit. The Power Pad hadn't dropped yet, but I thought that's about the best bet that I've got to go through the stuff. Which one do you want to talk about first then?
Well, I need the bathroom really bad.
Okay, so I'll talk about the Weezing deck first then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weezing unfortunately doesn't stick around beyond this set because Rotation destroys basically every single energy source this deck has. Which is a real shame, because I think this could have been amazing in the Mewtwo and Mew format that's coming up. In fact, if it hits for weakness and you could potentially play Power Plant as well as Shrine at that point, probably would have been really, really good. But yeah, it does damage to all of the opponent's basic Pokemon between turns. Tag teams, of course, are basics. They are very, very, very large basics, but they are basics nonetheless. And so you do actually get to do a ton of stuff with that as well. You like to play against the GX decks even if they do evolve, because you have Shrine of Punishment here. Once you get any damage counters down, the Weezing can do 20 damage to all of the opponent's bench that were damaged. Double Colorless making it easy to pay here. 40 damage is not a lot, but it does add up fairly well. Not so much into the Dark and the Metal types, obviously, because they resist Psychic, but that's fine. If you just don't hit them as much, then you're totally okay. And yeah, and against a deck like Zoroark here, it's going to be tough because they don't get damaged by the Detention Gas, but they're all GXs basically, so they do get damaged by the Shrine of Punishment. Which, yeah, this deck won NAIC, like, outright, and unfortunately, it only plays one Stadium out. I think maybe the logic at the time is that, like, Shrine just wasn't getting played very much because there weren't that many decks that were amazing with it compared to just the sheer tag team power. Seems a little bit, like, odd to not even have, like, maybe a Devoured Field or something, to be honest. It's just a strange choice, but I mean, hey, it's the deck that won the internet, so who am I to judge? Other stuff that we had in here, of course, Mew is potentially good against the Weezing. It is very irritating against the Weezing, I'll give it that, because Bench Barrier obviously blocks the extra damage from Spattering Sludge, but you also only have 60 HP and are a basic, which means that a raw Mew is actually vulnerable to the Weezing in its own right. Of course, if you could potentially like Guzma it as well, you could go from there. Yeah, use Sky Pillar for the Weezing matchup. There you go, exactly. You've solved it. Yeah, use Sky Pillar in the Dewgong deck that wants to snipe damage. Fantastic. Yeah, so the Mew obviously not the worst thing in the world to come across, but Mew with a stealthy hood would be probably the worst thing to come across there. Then you have to Guzma it, so yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Obviously, Tapu Koko can do the initial spread stuff as well, unless Nest Ball for Mew comes out turn 1. So there you go. Was the right play, obviously. It's just funny. It's like, yeah, that has to immediately happen. And once you've got enough damage counters spread around...
I didn't save this. Hang on.
Oops.
Wrong one.
Oh right, yeah. We can talk about that in a sec as well. Once you have enough damage counters spread around, you've got a couple of options for closing the game out. Honchkrow does damage based on the amount of damage that you've managed to put on the opponent's board. So I think in that last game, this was going to do somewhere in the region of about 600 damage at the end there, which is kind of ridiculous. The Tapu Lele can manipulate damage anywhere that you want, so if you've got enough coalesced, you can focus it on the tag teams and stuff specifically to get rid of them. And for the energy matchup, this is one reason why ReshiZard is maybe playable against, is Frost Rotom with counter energy can actually do a lot of damage to the ReshiZards and stuff. So it's not the most airtight of techs, but it definitely does help. Otherwise, the standard list for this played like Guru and Pokegears and a little bit more, like one more draw supporter. It's like one Erika's or something, and that's just Brick City to me. I mean, I bricked in this game and I had Jirachis and everything, right? So I was still on the edge with this a lot. And I just found the Jirachi version of this way more consistent. So we've got the free Rachi and the 2 Marshadow to let loose with here as well. We're clearly not going to play greens in a deck which is focused around an ability here, so we don't have that sort of access. But yeah, between Spell Tag being able to get damage down where needed and the Weezing being able to spread all over the place with it, this deck is potent. It's very awkward to play against. Like, you don't want to bench a lot of stuff, but you have to bench a lot of stuff. I mean, you obviously had to because you were playing Zoroark, but even beyond that, it's like you kind of still have to bench stuff, because if you don't, then by the time you take 6 prizes off of this thing, like your one big tag team or something is still going to have been worn down too much, and you risk like Honchkrow coming in and surprise killing you at that point as well. So you kind of still have to play into it, and it's tough. Meanwhile, yeah, the main innovation for the Zoro deck, I don't know why the Giratina was in here, other than maybe a repeatable way of just getting an extra Benchmon. I'm not entirely sure about this. I think
it's repeatable and a ping.
Yeah. I know why the Naganadel is here. This is for the sort of checkmate scenario. Stinger GX with triple acceleration energy lets you force both players down to a free pricing, at which point you're looking at KOing or finishing off their tag team for the final free prizes on your end. So this can form sort of a checkmate point against the opponent. And the Dewgong is actually kind of insane. Like, it's 10 short of killing Jirachis, which is a bit annoying, but Dual Blizzard is ridiculous. Like, discard to triple acceleration energy that's going to get discarded anyway. Snipe 60 twice is so good. Like, there's so many scenarios where that ends up either finishing off Pokemon that you didn't get to otherwise, or, yeah, taking a ton of stuff by itself. It's really good.
The Giratina also lets take out the 70 health.
Yeah, that is the other bit. Yeah, fair. Because if you recover it from the discard, that puts a damage counter on 2 guys, and then you can Dual Blizzard to effectively do the 70. Yeah. So, yeah, fair point. The Persian is another...
This is your deck's worst nightmare.
Yeah, it is. Just briefly, the Persian is another nice bit here. We didn't get to see it do the catwalk bit here, because, well, I wasn't taking massive GX KOs in one go. But if you do get GX KO'd last turn, which Zoroark tends to, search your deck for any 2 cards is ridiculous. So... its attacks are kind of good. I forgot that it was a 10 plus 20 and not a 20 plus 10 sort of bit. The last time we had this sort of thing was like B-Revenge, right? So, you know. This
it's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, this one's a bit better. Damage cap's at 190, but that's still fine. It's very solid for what it does. And yeah, as you're saying, worst nightmare on the bit, because we have all of this down here that's just like, no, this is not playable against. So a lot of these do protect from abilities and stuff, putting damage counters down. Stealthy Hood in particular would sometimes be teched with Mew in order to stop Weezing from actually damaging and whatnot. So yeah, it's tough. Because at that point, Spell Tag is the only thing I can really do a bunch of damage with. That's not fun, so yeah. Also, the fact of these limit damage on a Pokemon that has resistance already basically means I do no damage to the active either. So this would be the the final straw sort of bit. We played this matchup when you didn't have quite as many of the Stealthy Hood and the goggles in, and I did manage to squeak it out, but with all of this in, like with 6 instead of about 3 outs I think it was that you had, yeah, that ain't happening. Also a second Mew.
Yeah.
You know, because you're really like nuts to this Weezing guy. Also, yeah,
Two
there
Mews,
was
2 rescue stretchers,
and now the metal hone
the
edge
Hone
as well.
Edge,
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the goggles and stuff work on that.
Yeah, because it was the psychic hone edge that you had before, and I just played around that a lot more. So yeah, this is the thing that if you can't beat Weezing with this, then I don't know what you're doing, sort of bit, right? Because there is no way that Weezing can beat this deck without like actually changing its own structure. You know, 2-3 field blower or something would have to be the strat for it, right?
You'd kill its consistency.
Yeah, it's already destroyed in consistency. It is not the most consistent of decks in the first place. So yeah, tough stuff. But yeah, Weezing unfortunately doesn't stick around. I really do like this sort of deck. I like the spread stuff, as we well know by now. Any time that I get to do like ability place damage counter sort of bit down, I'm at least gonna look at it. And yeah, it's unfortunate that we just can't play it afterwards. Because, I mean, it keeps treasure, right? So it'd be one of those that you think, well, the consistency of it's not as bad as the other decks. And then we lose all of this. And it's like, maybe you could play Welder, or maybe you could play Coco. No, we keep this one.
Oh.
It's triple acceleration.
Oh, you're only running the one of them?
Yeah. We don't need that many, to be honest. It's like, because we have 8 energy for 6 prizes worth of dudes, right? So, we just need the 1 extra just to have a little bit more for it. I wouldn't want to play energy Lotto in that sort of spot, because I think just having the hard energy is a lot better there, when you have access to it. Yeah, I think there's a couple of decks during the COVID era that played the bit here. Maybe when we have access to Twin Energy and Rebel Clash at the end of next season, it's a deck that can potentially get looked at, but it's going up against VMAXs and stuff, which are evolutions with tag team level HP, right? And it just gets a little bit tough to keep up at that stage, you know? Yeah. Yeah, with respect to that, DNA, I don't actually remember seeing any of the decks on Limitless for Weezing have more than one of these, but I could absolutely see it. It's just a case of where do you fit it in, because this version, maybe Marshadow could be a one-of or something, but like, this version of the deck is playing a lot more into the Scapegoat board stuff so that you can get Jirachi to do things here. Yeah, I think it's fine, because the amount of energy that you have, if you are actually finding your draws and stuff in the first place, you should be able to get the energy when you actually need to, for the most part. Sometimes you are going to whiff it, obviously, but I think you would whiff it even if you had 10 energy, to be fair. And also, the more triple acceleration you have, the less like concrete energy that you put down, right? So what if the Weezing doesn't get KO'd? Because that can actually be a situation at that point. It's like you've just used triple acceleration on this thing. What if I just don't knock it out this turn and you can't find an energy next turn, sort of bit? Like, especially if you've judged or let loose or something with it. Or, God forbid, you actually, like, look at the hand or something and see, you know, these gosh darn control decks with their, like, Team Skull Grunts and all of that sort of stuff that they could use, right? would be a very sad state of affairs. So, yeah.
Hello, Jesse and James. Hello, Flareon-GX.
Yeah, that's the other thing that just kills this immediately is I think this is the reason why Escape Rope is so good here, right? Is because Necrozma, just like with the Nidoqueen deck, immediately eviscerates this because it's all special energy. And tools that I can't play, right? And stadiums I'm pretty sure you can't play, right? It's the, is it like the whole gamut? I forget. I know, like, tools, definitely. It's very rude. So, yeah, this is where... Special energy and tools
Stunfisk?
at least, yeah. Yeah, it was in the Stunfisk deck. Yeah, like, it's all special energy. It's one of the few decks in the format that is, like, I mean, obviously we played the special energy decks against each other here, more or less, because the Zoroark stuff is all special as well.
All three.
Yeah, so it literally prevents me from playing, like, any of this stuff here. So you can see why that's the secondary
Solo
reason.
Honchkrow is just, oh no.
If you could somehow get it to that point, yeah. I think you would have to go first, open your one-orb Murkrow, see that you're up against this deck, and then hope that I don't have an energy attached turn 1, right? Is pretty much it. Because if I can get an energy attached turn 1, then maybe at the very least I can actually attack at some point. Might not be the best attack out there, but yours isn't either. You're not two-shotting, you're two-shotting Weezings, so... Yeah, like, if I can...
At that point, I just have to work to get your one attach out of active, and then it's in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not saying it'd be easy at all, but, like, you'd have to start the one-of. If you don't start the one... I mean, this deck is miserable into the Weezing, though. Like, nothing is good here for it. Like, your stuff is so vulnerable. Obviously, no Mew, so it's dead easy to sort of chip at that as well. And, yeah, you've got, like, maybe one Kartana to do a thing, but you're also trying to just KO me in one go anyway. You're trading one-shots, but I also just, like, wipe out half of your board in 2 turns or something, right? So it's like, yeah, there's no... Outside of exactly the Honchkrow, there is no way this deck can actually do anything against Weezing. But, yeah, this is why I'd favor the build that's got, like, the 3 escape boards and escape rope even in here as well. One of the reasons they're not hard switch is because of Honchkrow. Because it is very unlikely that the opponent is going to be able to do solo Honchkrow-GX, because you would have to actually be playing, like, 3 or 4 starters for that, right? To get the Murkrow down. And at that point, Pikarom eats you alive, which you do not want. So you'd have to be extremely unlucky to get, like, you know, solo Honchkrowed with a deck like this. So, not really the bit that I'd be worried about. Honchkrow itself, on the other hand, since it has to be active for its ability, if we can escape rope it out the active or Guzma it away from the active, then we can play the game as per usual. So that's why we play triple escape rope in here. Right, well, I know we still have more stuff we want to do, but that might be a reasonable spot to end this one. Before something goes completely wrong and we end up, like, not wanting to like...
Fair.
Because this is the second time we've got the take on this one, so this is probably a good spot to start.
Both games went well.
They did, yeah. I did not think this one was going to go well for me at all, but yeah, just that one tiny window to get in is all it takes sometimes. But I saw one possible way of trying to get in, and I was like, I've got to do it, you know, play to your outs, etc. So that's what we did. But yeah, definitely fun stuff nonetheless, and yeah, we'll probably
play the Ultra Ball or not have enough to hit the Weezing for a KO, and what matters more.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you were wrong for it. I just spotted, like, okay, this is my ticket, right? Because even if you put a DCE on that thing, it's not retreating. It's a free energy retreat. So I was like,
you can't triple excel it.
So I was like, this is my ticket. I have to try. And there we go. So yeah, like I was saying, I think we've still got a couple more things that we want to show in this one before we do head off into the sunset.
You need to get Buzzmosa out when there's no fire around.
Yes, yes. Well, I have played my fire deck now, so... yeah, it's not going to go against my fire deck anymore because I have played it, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll have to see. And I know Pepper wants to at least try and get in on stuff that way anyway. We'll see what we can do, but for now, thank you guys.
Fortunately, we've had technical difficulties in that regard.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough at the start of this year for getting this sort of thing recorded, so Please
I
be
meant with
patient.
the mod itself.
Yeah, I know. Recording, yeah, but like that sort of feeds into it. So, you know, like, yeah. Please be patient. We are getting there. It's taken a bit to get this one done.
We had an issue with the search tile thinking capital B's were the Nidoran meal symbol.
Yeah. So, with that all said, on the YouTube side, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, yeah, as Pep is saying, please wait warmly until we are ready. There we go. Alright, see you guys.